As far as we know, he may be the first Canadian racer with autism, let alone first North American race car driver with autism, let alone the first person in the world. My name is Nancy Marchese. I'm a board-certified doctoral level behavior analyst and a clinical psychologist. My goal is to help 2 million children with autism and their families by transforming their lives, and I can't wait to help you too.
Very early spring or late winter, we received a flyer in the mail about a go-kart program at our track near our house. And I thought maybe this would be a good thing for Austin. Austin's first words weren't mom or dad, it was Ferrari. Ferrari. So it kind of set the stage for Austin's obsession in life, which from that moment on was cars, whether it was die-cast cars or playing racing video games, or we bought him like a Power Wheels Jeep to drive up and down the sidewalk, and from the moment he got home from school, he would get his butt into that thing and he would drive it until it was bedtime. And we always had to have like extra batteries fully charged, because if the thing died, it would be the end of the world.
Not a good scene, yep.
We'd have to order extra wheels for it because it would run non-stop for 5 hours a night and the wheels would wear out, so we always had to have extra wheels just in case. I thought maybe this obsession for vehicles might translate into a love for driving a go-kart. And I remember coming home from work and looking at the flyer, and like the little light bulb went off in my head, and I thought, this might work for Austin. So I go up to his room, I open the door, and I'm like, dude, what do you think about this? And I put the flyer in front of him. He kind of peered at it like this and then looked at me and goes, Dad, why would I want to do that? I suck at everything. If I go there, I won't be any good. People will make fun of me. I'll get upset and then we'll have to come home. So why don't we just skip all those steps? I'll stay in my room where I'm happy, and thanks but no thanks. And he gently pushed me out the room and closed the door in my face. So it took me about 4 weeks every day coming home from work. Come on, Austin, give it a go. And we're about 4 weeks in. Every day I come home from work and I start coming up the stairs, and he's standing at the top of the stairs and he's waiting for me. He's like, stop. I know what you're going to say. Just stop asking me the question. I'll make you a deal. We'll go to the track. I'll do 1 lap just to make you happy, just to get it over with, and then we'll come home. So I took that deal. It's not often Austin would change his mind on something.
Yeah.
So, a week later we went to the track, and he didn't want to listen to anybody or be told any information. He just wanted to get in the cart, do his lap, and get it over with. But the amazing thing is, when he got out there on the track with his group of 8-year-olds, he didn't come off after the first lap. And in fact, he didn't come off when they waved the checkered flag and everybody else came off. And I remember, standing on the fence, and Austin's still doing laps of the track, and the marshals are trying to stop him, and he's swerving on the grass around them, just like not a care in the world. And all I can hear is like the other parents on the fence saying, like, what's wrong with that kid? Why doesn't he listen? And they're all looking around trying to figure out who's the parent. And I remember at that moment, I'm like, oh God, no, not again. And I had to do the walk of shame out onto the track. And the walk was only 20 meters. But it was probably the longest walk of my life. I remember it forever. And I remember in those 20 meters how angry I got, just because Austin was doing something he shouldn't be doing. And after all those notes, years of notes in the agenda, I was pretty much at my breaking point. My wife and I differed greatly on what Austin needed. Did he need more support? Did he need more punishment? Did he need more discipline? and we couldn't agree on anything, so his behavior was causing a lot of turmoil in my house between my wife and myself and ourselves in Austin. It just wasn't a happy place anymore. And I remember getting to the spot in the straightaway, and I remember how angry I was, and I had made a decision at that moment that when Austin came around, I was going to stop him, and I was going to embarrass him in front of all these people just like he embarrassed me. I was going to rip him like he had never been ripped before. And Austin thankfully knew where the brake pedal was and stopped about 5 feet from me. But even though he had a helmet on, I could see the biggest smile on the inside of his face, and I went from being the most angry I've ever been in my life to tears running down my face. And it was that moment that we had found something for Austin that he enjoyed doing, and when we got him out of the cart and talked about the experience, all he wanted to do was, when am I getting back in? Am I racing this afternoon? You know, we went from not wanting to be there at all to like, I'm all in. Mm-hmm. And from that moment on, it's been just staggering.
Amazing. So much for one lap.
Yeah, so much for one lap.
There's only so much we could cover in the short amount of time we had today. If you found value in what we talked about, go to breakthroughautism.ca, join our newsletter, and also follow me on my socials.